What's interesting? I feel like the natural hair conversation is one that's so dynamic. I admit that I'm surprised that there's still people that like relax. Like, I'm just like, why? I don't even understand. Like, I honestly come from that school of like, I don't think anybody needs a relaxer. I mean, I got into a thing on Instagram. Not really a thing because I don't argue with people on Instagram, but a young lady in the comment section, I was really like, please don't beat me up, but I just want to understand like why you are relaxing. But she made a good point. She's a person that works out every day. So, and she works out every day, and she's just not good at doing her own hair. So it's just easier for her. So I'm like, I get it, but I was just like,
I kind of get it, but what you need to look at is relaxer is a chemical. It's going through your blood. It's going through your scalp, through your bloodstream. It's not good for you. You know, there's so many health issues that Black people go through, and it's one of the reasons is because of chemicals that we put in our bodies, and a relaxer is one of them.
People will argue that it's about how it's applied, and if you apply it correctly, and you're only supposed to leave it on for a certain amount of time.
There's still chemicals going through the bloodstream. It's on your scalp. No matter if you put the protector on the scalp, it's still going through.
I had to stop because I was the neighborhood hair person. So people would be like, "Oh, could you put some perm on my hair, whatever?" But one time I was doing my aunt's hair, and I don't know if the perm was old or what. Because I'm literally doing this day in and day out. I mean, I was doing probably like 2-3 perms a week.
Wow.
Me and like
that's
somebody
wonderful.
bringing a box.
When you were charging them $5 a head.
Free. I was doing it.
Oh my goodness.
My friends, my aunts, whatever. Yeah. And I went to rinse it out. Honey, I was rinsing that perm out and it was here in the sink. When I tell you I was traumatized. I was like, I'm never doing a relaxer again.
It wasn't that it was old. It was just too strong.
It was probably like super or something.
And you thought it was regular. My sister, Daphne, was relaxing her hair and she fell asleep.
With the relaxer in her hair? Shut up.
When she woke up, she realized, oh my God, my relaxer. The next day. And rinsed it out. She still had hair though.
Get out of here.
Still had hair. And she used a no-lie. And I was like, a no-lie.
Which is even worse, right? The no-lie is...
It has calcium. And calcium stays on the hair. It doesn't wash it out. It never washes out. Well, eventually
and that's why they have like decalcifying shampoos.
Yes.
You know what's so funny? It's so crazy how they'll make a product that'll cause buildup only to make another product to remove the buildup when maybe you should just not be using the original product in the beginning. Yeah, this is the 20 and this is the 16.
And this is the 18.
Yeah, I know a few people that still use grease. And I don't remember where I was, but we were somewhere and somebody was like, "You don't got grease?" I was like, "No." It's like, "You don't got pink oil or nothing?" I'm like, "No."
Pink oil is the worst. I couldn't stand that stuff. I couldn't stand the pink oil. For some reason, pink oil is very heavy.
You have to know, I think that the key is you have to know your hair. Like, there's no one size fits all. That's one thing that I like about nowadays. There's a lot more education about different types and knowing, now there's, all the 4C, 3A, 3B, 4C. Like, we didn't have that, when I was growing up.
And we didn't have it when I was in school.
So now I think that that's important, and even talking about like porosity and like, if your hair absorbs moisture or not, like everybody's hair is different. I always say like I have my tribe, like I swear there's another reality, another version of me somewhere that's a hairdresser. Between like the foundational stuff I learned from Candace to, being around Michelle and Treasure, and then you.
Yeah, we're all different.
My aunt.
As far as people's hair and
techniques and philosophies. It's almost like, different, but all very important. Just different perspectives.
Yes. There's nothing better than having healthy hair.
True.
And looking good. I was always known to dress well in school, middle school, high school, and it was all because my mother used to go to this place in Greenwich, and it was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was where wealthy white people donate clothes. And then it was open once a month, and you go in, and they have a record of how many kids you have, and they give my mother a bag for each child, and she would get clothes, and they would all be like free, but most of them would be new clothes with tags on them, and everything she purchased from them, she got free from them. She brought home, and we all loved it. And I went to school. Everybody used to be jealous of me, and I used to love the clothes. And I didn't understand because they were just clothes, but I just loved everything about fashion.
Who was like growing up for you? Who was like your fashion icon? It's interesting because I just got finished reading Audrey Leon Talley's book, The Chiffon Trenchers, which we were literally just sitting in the restaurant with the sign, and I forgot to take a picture. I got caught up in getting the turkey burger for my dad. I forgot to take the picture of his sign, but that's all right. I'll go back tomorrow. But he talked about his influence. He was like obsessed with Vogue magazine, so he knew like all the editors and stuff, and that's how he learned about Diana Freeland. And he talks a lot about the women in church because he used to go to church a lot. So and he loved, watching how the women in church dressed. And then he also said like Princess Diana, like he was like obsessed with Princess Diana.
Well, for me, it was church too because I love hats, as you can see. And I just love the women in church. They used to wear their best pastel color suits and their hats laid to the side with their fans and stuff. I used to love all that. But the person I really loved the most was, sounds corny, but it was Cher, Sunny and Cher.
Oh, well, Cher was of the moment, honey, so.
Cher was, I loved everything. She was somebody, her show was called, it was called the Variety Show, and it was song and dance, and she would wear different costumes and different hairstyles, and I loved it. And I loved the makeup and all of everything. I didn't start really sewing until I was probably like 15. I made my first pair of pants. I think I did that in high school. And then I started making clothes by hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think, there's a lane, there's definitely like a clear lane for what you do. And I think now there's such a surge in people are very conscious and aware of like fast fashion and, terrible practices that sometimes happen in the industry. And I think people are looking more towards like handmade custom things or like upcycling things. And
you think so now?
I mean, I think it's a divide. I think there's still a lot of people that still love the fast fashion and still will go, and buy those, $5 tops or whatever. But I think there is a large majority of people that understand what that's doing to the environment and are trying to come away from that.
Yes.
At least the circles that I'm around. It's less about sort of this idea of like overconsumption.
Well, when I was younger, most people made their clothes. We had a lot of fabric stores, a lot of notion stores. Like Woolworths had their little section downstairs. I can go anywhere, any little town, and there was always a fabric store there. I don't like when there's for 50, 60, and 70 rules of how you should dress when you're at this age. I feel like you should dress according to how you feel. What looks good, what feels good on you. Although I'm 66, I'm not gonna walk outside with my cowboy boots and, short shorts showing cheeks of mine. But yes, no, I'm not gonna do all that. I do it around the house, maybe. No one sees me. But do you want this?
That's exactly what it is.
You want to keep it straight?
Yeah, you can keep it straight.
Let me. When you flat iron, it gets real straight. It's still flat. It looks good. Your hair blends in perfect. The color is perfect. The part is deep. Don't cut it. Like that. Fashion. Then I have art. Then I'm doing hair. I love it all. I love it all. It all goes together.